In the late 1980s and early 1990s, Imagineering were working on new experiences to add to Epcot, including a new space pavilion for Future World, a Russia pavilion with animatronic show and dark ride, and a Switzerland pavilion with Matterhorn roller coaster, both being added to the World Showcase. In addition to these new pavilions, one existing pavilion was set to receive a new thrill ride. The Japan Pavilion had attempted to add a different attraction to the back of the pavilion since the early planning stages of Epcot, including an animatronic show called Meet the World and a bullet train Circle Vision show. In the end, the attraction planned to be added to the Japan Pavilion in the 1990s as part of the Disney decade was the Mount Fuji Rollercoaster, but the attraction ultimately never came to be. This is the Distory of Japan's cancelled Mount Fuji Rollercoaster. The first sighting of a Mount Fuji rollercoaster in the Japan Pavilion could be seen in the background of the 1987 documentary Backstage Disney, The American Adventure. As part of the documentary on the American Adventure animatronics show, a model of Epcot is on display, and as they zoom out of the American Adventure Pavilion, both the unannounced Switzerland Pavilion and Mount Fuji rollercoasters can be seen, creating a new mountain range on either side of the American Adventure Pavilion. A year later in 1988, the short and inside look at Walt Disney Imagineering debuted on the Disney Channel, hosted by Marnie McPhail. In addition to showcasing concept art and models for Splash Mountain at Disneyland, Pleasure Island at Downtown Disney, MGM Studios, and Typhoon Lagoon, the short ends with Marnie posing in front of a model for Mount Fuji rollercoaster. Yet the rollercoaster had still yet to be announced by Disney. Even during the Disney Decade announcement in January 1990, the Mount Fuji rollercoaster was omitted from the announcement.
Over at Epcot Center, the Imagineers are hard at work on a space pavilion for Future World and a new Russia pavilion for World Showcase, plus a thrilling ride through Mount Fuji at the Japan Showcase. In addition to the plans for all these new attractions, the Imagineers' drawing boards are chock full of concepts and ideas for entirely new theme parks.
It wouldn't be until the 1991 documentary, Walt Disney World Past, Present and Future, that Disney finally acknowledged their plans to add a Mount Fuji rollercoaster to Epcot, with concept art being showcased at Walt Disney World the same year. Then everything went radio silent and Mount Fuji rollercoaster was cancelled. But why was it cancelled? Money. The Mount Fuji rollercoaster was going to be an expensive project, with both the Matterhorn in Switzerland and Mount Fuji being Epcot's first ever thrill rides. And with everything else announced for the Disney decade, Disney were looking for sponsors to help fund the new projects in Epcot. Unfortunately, not many sponsors were willing to come forward, except for one, Fujifilm. However, there was already one camera film sponsor in Epcot, Kodak, which was already sponsoring the Imagination Pavilion in Future World and had a major presence in Walt Disney World. Kodak were not happy that Disney were considering another film company to have a sponsored attraction in Epcot, and even believed that Mount Fuji itself would act as an advertisement for Fujifilm. Due to Kodak's protests, Disney didn't agree to Fujifilm's offers to sponsor the new roller coaster. Without another sponsor lined up, and Euro Disney's lackluster opening causing budgets in Imagineering to be restructured, the Mount Fuji roller coaster was officially cancelled. Epcot would finally receive its first ever thrill ride in 1999, when Test Track would open in the former location of World of Motion. The Mount Fuji roller coaster has a very complicated history, being teased in promotional material for years before it was announced, before being cancelled the same year it was finally announced. But I want to know, would you have liked to experience the Mount Fuji roller coaster, or was it too ambitious for Epcot? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below on what you want to see next on the Distory channel.